Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Of course, let's make it a great night. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Let's see what we pick out of this pack today. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but your own. This is the trippy one. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 7, NASDAQ down 4, S&Ps were flat. Gold contract up $2.80, trading at $1,615 an ounce. Silver off 10 cents at $28.06. Oil down 33 cents at $93.34 a barrel. Bonds down 12 ticks, trading out at 148.09. King dollar up 16 ticks at 82.41. Euro down 38 ticks at 123.66. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. Where we are. We're at 1402. It did 618 million today. We did 727 yesterday. And on, let's see, on Friday, that's interesting. Was it Thursday? What day is today? Wednesday? Man, I'm getting lost here. Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, on Friday, that was that huge acceleration up. Bottom line, still didn't have the juice. So what are we doing? Okay, we are going on the S&P into your downdraft from April as well as May, and with dramatically lighter volume. If we go take a look at the SPY, what we have with the SPY is this. The SPY did, check this out, this is pretty cool, 83 million shares. 83 million folks going into 139 million. Not going to handle it. Bottom line is, they get the price. They get the price up here in the S&P, but not enough juice to basically get up over these last highs out here, which are in April, which are in May. And then, of course, what you have sitting right down in June 4th is the 1270 low. That's where we're going to be going. Dow Industrials. Dow set up the exact same way. When you have the Dow, you got the high out here of that 13,338. You're at 13,175. Now, what happens at the Dow is that the Dow is saying that, hey, it can go tag that high. Even it has lighter volume. But when you're into the bottom of it, which we're at 13,175, 13,174 is the bottom, and saying, hey, it can go tag it. Now, divergence. Here's the big divergence. Let's go to the NASDAQ first. NASDAQ can't get out of its own way. NASDAQ, we're at 3,011, where the highs out there are 31.34. Same deal, dramatically lighter volume. When we're talking about dramatically lighter volume, what we're talking is this. You're talking 1.9 billion versus 2 billion versus 2 billion versus 2.5, 2.7 billion. Just doesn't have the juice. Russell 2000, even weaker. Russell 2000 is the weakest index out here. The Russell closed at 800 today. The high out there is 847. Just doesn't have the juice. If we take a look at the IWM, and what we're looking at as we go in here, this is what you have. The IWM is trading 27 million shares. That 27 million is going into 100 million. It's going into 40, going into 71 million. Bottom line, big difference. They want to go downtown. PCLN, today Priceline got whacked and went on sale big time. Priceline closed at $562. That is traded down $117. And if you want to see just an equity, that bottom line is that we put this on a weekly. What you're going to see is that once it took off from the 469 level, it had no volume all the way up. That last acceleration up from January all the way up to 774 just didn't have it. And not only didn't have it, now this is what you have, and this is where stocks will always tell you. Then, you know what, folks, someone always knows something. What ends up happening? You come off the high the week of May 11th. Guess what? You had made a high with 8 million. You come off the high with 10.5 after having no juice. Now all of a sudden, bottom line is that we've already done 6.6 today. This price line is going to get whacked in a big way. This thing is not done on the way down right now. We're at 562, 474 is the next stop. And you crack 474. If we crack 474 like we did today, that baby is wide open to go to like $300. I mean, it's going to be really wild watching this thing shake out. MNST. Let's take a look at this. This just came out with numbers. This is a Monster Beverage, I believe. Yeah, Monster Beverage, okay. So the low for the year is 34, the high is 84. This closed at 67 cents. $67, sorry about that, folks. It's trading at 55 right now, and if we bring this up, this is going to get a little toasted and roasted, too. Yeah, this says it all, too. You know, this had volume off the highs, too. 75 to 66, the week of June 29th. So check this out. This is pretty intense. The week of June 29th, we came down with 48 million shares after making a high with 6.7 million. There's someone right there. There's a large fund right there that knew the numbers and said, get out of the way. That's the bottom line. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go to Aronis in St. Pete. Hey, Aronis, what's happening, brother?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
Okay.
Good, man. Good.
Looking at the Europe, big gigantic dorm after having big party. Nobody has money. Everybody points on each other.
I'm sorry, you were looking at Europe?
Yeah, I was looking. I'm following Europe. I'm Eastern European, but
oh, cool, yeah.
It reminds me of big gigantic dorm after big party. You know, everybody have hangover. Everybody pointing at each other, blaming each other, and nobody has money.
That's a trip. No, you're right. I know. I'm just saying, man. Yeah.
But anyway, I would like to ask about this. After today, they blew up all numbers, and they still kind of look strong.
Let's take a look at it. We got Dish Networks, folks. The low in Dish is $19.25 for this year. The high is $35. It's trading at $30.60 right now. And I guess, what did they come out with the numbers this morning? Well, let's see. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see what she did. So I'm going to put this back on a 2-year, 3-year weekly and see what we got here. Okay, so I wouldn't be biting just yet. You know, where you're at 30.60. Now, what this equity had done is this. We go back to July of last year. It made a high of $30.06, okay? 9 million shares. Then what ends up happening, it comes down with 25 million. It comes down again with 26 million, getting into $19. Now watch this, folks. What it did is this. It goes from $19 straight up to 35 with no volume. What does it do again? It comes down the next leg. Aronis, what you want to do is this. Once we're at 30.60, the bar from the week of August 5th, okay, which is 27.98 at the high, that very well could stop it. It stopped it in the first wave coming down. It could stop it in the second. But if you want to buy this thing, I'd wait until this thing was about $22. The reason being is that the way that it's set up is that each time that it goes up over this $27 level, it just doesn't have the volume. So this thing wants to come all the way back to the lows that were established in August of last year. That's what it looks like.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking to go short.
Okay. I wouldn't go short it either. And the reason being is this. See, the high of that bar is 27, and the low is 19, and you're at 30.60. So the way that's set up is that it's like, okay, you can it can get right back to 27 first, which it did like, last month, and stopped and went back up again. If you're going to go short, I'd let it get, if it could get up to 35, then you could pull the trigger. Then your risk-reward would be there. You see what I'm saying? Because you can put your stop on the other side of 35. Your first price target is 27.95. If you do it right here, you're not going to have a 1-to-3 ratio, man.
I see.
Cooking, brother.
Thank you very much.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's take a look at some of the stocks that had some juice inside them or volume today, even though we had no volume. You had Research in Motion was up 31 cents. Hewlett Packard was up 45 cents. Still no action with Hewlett Packard. Wrote off $8 billion. Oh, is it billion? My God, that's going to blow my mind. It is billion, I think. I think Hewlett Packard wrote off $8 billion. Oh, my God. They did. Could you imagine writing off $8 billion? They boosted their third quarter forecast, and they see an $8 billion write-down. Man, that is absolutely wild. No two ways about it. let's go over and take a look at the gold contract. What we had with gold out here today is this, folks. Gold's trading at 16.15, and every time it gets to these highs at 16.40, it's going to need more juice, okay? Doesn't want to, at this point, doesn't have the juice to break up and doesn't have the juice to break down. When it comes back down, contracts, back up, contracts. As it starts pushing into one of those swing points, we will see an expansion of volume, and that's where it's going to go. We're going to be right back.